Students, you have learned how to divide by using multiplication fact as well as how to divide using repeated subtraction. Also, just now you have learned how to divide by using number line. Now, in this session, we will learn about properties of division. See student, now we will learn about properties of division. See first property. When we divide a number by 1, the quotient is the number itself. See student, when we divide a number by 1, the quotient is the number itself. For example, here we have taken for example 8 divided by 1. 8 ones are 8, so we get here answer 8. Here 247 divided by 1. 247 ones are 247. So here we get answer 247. Then third example 17 divided by 1. 17 ones are 17. So here we get answer 17. Next example 3715 divided by 1. 3715 ones are 3715. So here we get answer 3715. Means in this way, if you observe those examples, then you came to know that when we divide a number by 1, we get answer means quotient that number itself. Second property, when we divide 0 by any number except 0, the quotient is always 0. So see student, here we have shown some example. Here we divide 0 by 7. We can use or take any number. So when we divide 0 by 7, we get quotient 0. Then we divide 0 by 571. Then also we get quotient 0. Then next we divide 0 by 94. We get quotient 0. We divide 0 by 5572. We get quotient 0. So from this example, you understood that when we divide 0 by any number except 0, means divisor must be not 0. It must be greater than 0. Then quotient is always 0. That is our second property of division. Now see third property. When we divide any number by itself, the quotient is always 1. So see here students, some example I have shown. Here we divide 12 by 12. So 12 ones are 12. So we get quotient 1. Next example 352 divided by 352. 352 ones are 352. We get quotient 1. In third example, we divide 72 by 72. 72 divided by 72, we get quotient 1. Then next example 1251 divided by 1251, we get quotient 1. In this way, here we divide any number you can take, but if we divide any number by itself, the quotient is always 1. That is our third property. Now next fourth property, we cannot change the order of the dividend and divisor in division. Means we have learned dividend is always greater than divisor and quotient. Means here we have taken one example. Here 21 divided by 3. So 21 is a dividend and 3 is a divisor. We get answer 7. But we cannot change order. Means if we take 3 is a dividend and 21 is a divisor, it is not possible. Means we cannot change the order of dividend and divisor. We can change order only in addition. And one more important thing, division by 0 is not possible. These are the 5 properties of division. On the basis of that, now we will solve exercise 3. So see first question, fill in the blanks. Here 72 divided by 72. Here we divide the number by that number itself. So we get quotient 1. So we have learn. See second example. There is given divisor and quotient. So we have learned when here quotient is 824 and divisor is 1. So the dividend is that number itself. So here answer will become 824. Next example, 527 divided by 527. So we have learned when we divide any number by that number itself, the quotient is 1. So its answer will be 1. Next, 807 dividend is given and quotient 1 is given. So we have learned property. When we divide any number, that number itself, the quotient is 1. So here the answer will become 807. Next, 35 divided by 1. So we have learned when we divide any number by 1, the quotient is that number itself. So here the answer will be 35. In next example, divisor 172 is given and quotient 1 is given. So here answer will be 172. Next question, 0 divided by 1175. So we have learned when we divide 0 by any number, the quotient is 0. So its answer is 0. Next, divisor 1 is given and quotient 153 is given. So we have learned when we divide any number by 1, then we get that number itself. So here the answer will be 153. Next example, 0 divided by 270. So here when we have learned when we divide 0 by any number, the quotient is 0. So answer is 0. Next, divisor is given and quotient is given. So here quotient is 0. So dividend is also 0. Next, 2670 divided by 1. So here we have learned when we divide any number by 1, we get quotient that number itself. So answer will be 2670. Next example, divisor is given and quotient is given. Quotient is 0, so dividend is also 0. In this way, student, we use here 5 properties of division. So with that properties, once we revise again, first property is when we divide a number by 1, the quotient is the number itself. Second property, when we divide 0 by any number except 0, the quotient is always 0. Third property, when we divide any number by itself, the quotient is always 1. And fourth property, we cannot change the order of dividend and divisor in division. And last property, division by 0 is not possible. In this way, by using that property, we solve exercise 3.